have to recap a bit of that. Okay, so before we get into the next day, I want to talk through some things. Sorry for the people who have already heard this. So in the access tunnel, the original access tunnel that was full of crates, there was the Scripps and Rutherford mining log that said the tunnel was being filled up with spare equipment and was unlikely to be opened for generations. In there, on a pedestal, partway down the tunnel, we found a filing cabinet key that we are being led to believe has lain there untouched since Baroness Oravay's time in 1918, 2 years before Herbert was born. Yes, I do have a separate recording, since I think I might have a slightly lower quality setting on what actually goes to Twitch because I have issues with my upload bandwidth. And so that belief that this key has lain there for nearly 90 years is meant to lead Simon to try and find a filing cabinet that had similarly been largely untouched in all that time, and hence the secret room off of the rotating gear. And as Natano is pointing out, there is evidence to the contrary of this nice, pretty narrative where the tunnel has lain buried for nearly 90 years. The blue holly door at the end could have been of Baroness Oravay's design. The throne of the blueprints does say it's all from the Grand Architect Baroness Oravay. Before the holly door, there is a door sealed with microchips using the same seal found in Blackbridge Grotto. Maybe that door in the tunnel came first, and the door in Blackbridge Grotto was a later version of it, although that would still imply that, given that it's the same microchips, Herbert had access to the door in the access tunnel. And I think much more damning is the contents beyond the blue seal door, where, yes, there is the storybook blueprints. It has enough similarity to the original manuscript of the Red Prince, both in text and in art, where we know my mother drew the illustrations for the Red Prince herself. Actually, the blueprints even was signed Marion Marigold. Yeah, she wrote and drew the illustrations in blueprints. So she had access to that room. The puzzle boxes. The parlor puzzle is not even Uncle Herbert's invention. The parlor puzzle was found by one Mr. M. Lowry, who described the rules of the puzzle, and then Herbert took it to heart and started just running that puzzle in the parlor, having built those boxes to his own specifications in the workshop. So it does feel like everything in that final room, Herbert put there. All of the blue memos were put together by Uncle Herbert and Kirk Darren. Or possibly all Uncle Herbert, but Kirk Darren was the one who came up with the memos. The family core may have existed for some time. So Uncle Herbert, even if he never actually found the scraps of paper that his mother requested discussing numeric cores, it's reasonable to believe that Herbert figured out the Natano suggests it could fit together if we entertain the idea that while Herbert didn't uncover all of his mother's secrets, Mary did. That's an interesting theory. Yes. But yeah, whoever put together the Blue Tent's memos understood numeric coring. Maybe Uncle Herbert just didn't make the leap that even though he put the puzzle in the vault box based on numeric coring, um, maybe he didn't make the mental leap to apply numeric coring to the puzzle itself. From a Doyleist perspective, the fact that you use numeric cores to find the puzzle is presumably supposed to be part of what leads you to try numeric coring on the puzzle itself. And so it feels like Herbert was responsible for putting that letter there, based on it being authored by him. It sounded like written near to the time of his death, and so Mary would not have been able to be responsible for actually hiding that letter. But yeah, um, the moonshine still in Denny Ravain's logs, he describes it as having found an old rusted moonshine still that had already been there. So, yes, the still has been there since Baroness Orvey's time. Ah, maybe the little white lie that Herbert is making is that he did make a small amount of progress on the word grid, but never figured out still water because Herbert never found the moonshine still, as far as we know. As far as we know, Herbert and the rest of the staff never figured out exactly what Kristoff's other enterprise was. But yes, I do like the idea that Mary could have figured out stuff that Herbert didn't. Because my current read of um, the letter that was found by Clara's tomb, um, my current attempted translation of this letter is that this was from Lady Epson to Mary. Yeah, Eric says for some reason Herbert never thought of blowing up the dynamite in the trading post. What an idiot! Yeah, that I'm a little shocked that Simon thought of doing that, but okay, that I guess I'm the one playing Simon here. But yeah, this was a letter that I think is from Lady Epson to her daughter. And so it's possible from this, and it did feel like she was leading into things like your name is JRE, your future is to the south. I could easily believe that Lady Epson had gotten clues that Herbert didn't. That maybe Baroness Orave had shared with Lady Epson, and then Lady Epson had shared with my mother. Yeah. So let's see where these threads go. No. OBS is not actually showing the live screen, the screen. Yeah, okay, well, we'll try for another. Well, we will try doing another in-game day, and yay, the moon pendant, good moon pendant, blessed moon pendant. Praying to Doja worked. Praying to Doja worked. I don't think there's anything I can restart short of restarting the computer, which I would prefer not to have to do. I have a common study. So maybe it is correct to keep drafting inside until I get the study or a source of dice. Library. Aquarium is not great in that position. Anything I try to draft powered from it could end up just blocking the library or den doors. I might just take Planetarium then? Yeah, game audio is just gonna end up cutting in and out because it's not cooperating. Okay, there's an observatory. Um, 39. $39 is D minor. So the game is not running on the same computer that I'm streaming from. The game is running on my Steam Deck, and my computer is using an HDMI capture card. $37 is twin sliced Draxus. Okay, yeah, so both of these are gonna be lock it in at 39. Oops. Yep. Yes, I'm just generally being sad at... Okay, let's... Yeah, let's try repower cycling the capture card. 1 second. Okay. Well, let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, we have sound for now. I guess burn 4 stars. Yeah, and... Yes, the video is not frozen. If you have less than... I guess I could have... Okay, this seems to be a graphical bug within the game. Diamondus Minor... It looks like it has very slightly drawn the constellation because I can't select it anymore. I've already used the constellation. But that's a game bug, not a capture issue. There is only one true box. So if this is a knight, it is the only one. If this is a knave, the other two are both knights. Both statements written on the other boxes are false. If this were a knight, both of the other boxes are knaves, but that would violate blue. So yeah, white is a knave. The box with the most words does not have the gems. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6. So blue is a knight, both of these are knaves. The box with the most words does have the gems. 10, recounting 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Yes, and it is black. There we go. I do not have a key card. But also, as long as I don't pick up any items, I can maintain the day. It definitely feels weird to be using library as my only exit. But I think this is safe. I did not check the planetarium today, no. With 11 keys, and with a thought that I don't want to pick up any more items, yeah, I can spare a key. Let's go. Let's find out what's in here. Ben Mora. Ben Mora. The Red Stone. Starting tomorrow. Oh, each planetarium will contain battle. Natana only ever saw Vea. Well, I'm... Okay, dice are good, dice are good. I'm looking to collect the whole set. Yeah, I think 2 dice is enough that... Yeah, that I should see a trading post. I agree. No. No. Okay. After I started the draft, I realized I could have bannered yellow. And so once I was down to that last die, I started to panic. But we're still there. We're still there. Never punished. There sure is water in that still. Well, so one thing that I was wondering about was if I was supposed to pour water into the still, run the still, and get water out. Because a still is supposed to be boiling. This element should be boiling the fluid. And we are getting condensate into here, and excess condensate is dripping out here. Fire source? That does not look lightable. may give up on actually finding the earlier drafting volume, but I'm pretty sure it was a source of running water. That's 5. I'm looking for drafting volume 4. That's drafting volume 4. There, watering can. A faucet with running water. It feels like if I was going to get this flowing... Oh, it's true. Right now the can is full. Yeah, my initial thought was that the still, having lain unused for 6 years, would need water put into it. Then I would need the still running, and only then could I fill it. Maybe I need to empty the can next. In which case, I've already got the coat check, I've got the observatory, I've got the planetarium, I've got the library. Bannering green should be fine. Pausing. If I need a source of fire, because the water is not running, the indoor nursery and the solarium are dead ends, but everything else that could be placed in not a wing has at least 3 doors: courtyard, cloister, and aquarium. I have 3 gems if it's cloister and 2 dead ends. I think the one concern with bannering green is if I am trying to get a fire source to make the still run. I don't know. This is probably still better, yeah. I'm not trading any of this, I just want to... No. That's true. With the trading post, if I pick up a bunch of items now, I can try to make fire. I can pick up the microchips on the way back to the trading post. Need to remember that, but yeah, I have 3 common workshops. Oh, I stopped really suddenly and you thought the video had frozen. No, sorry, I stopped to think about the microchip. I think I would rather the spare veranda here and cloister next slot. Yeah, spare veranda better. And I want to use the water. Give me the eels. Hey, I like eels. They're very friendly. Don't ask how they're generating steam. No, really, don't ask. No, I want doors more than the terrace right now. That's hammer. Actually, are you just selling what I need? You are selling none of what I need. But yeah, at this point we are just loading up items to make the trading post spin. Okay, time for some bonkers math problems. 8 minus 6 is 2, times 3 is 6. Divide by 6 is 1, squared is 1. 3 halves. Because that's 2 plus 1 half. 3.5. I'm going to guess inverts to 5.3. Multiply by 10 to 53. Wait. 3 halves is not 3.5. 3 halves is... It's also not 3 halves, it's 5 halves. 2 plus 1 half is 2.5. Don't make me do arithmetic. I keep doing arithmetic wrong. 2.5 becomes 5.2 becomes 52. Minus 2 is 50. Minus 40 is 10. That is an item. Yes, this is cursed. It sure is. This is not the study. Right? Actually, wait. No, study's fine. I've already got 3 green rooms. Yeah, it's kind of a weird shape, but yeah, no, with the study, I can get out of the courtyard easily. Treasure map. That's pretty high up. I might end up trading this before using it. Into the courtyard. Use my last water. Grab the hammer. Give me veranda. If I take the lost and found, you're unsubbing. Ooh, shelter. No, I'm mostly thinking between kitchen and Geist bedroom. If I take the kitchen, once I am done messing around with the still, I can hopefully put normal water back in. And I don't need the rerolls. I don't even need to go in there right now. I do want to try and find a workshop. Hallway? Yeah, doors. I agree. We like doors. Gymnasium? Just in case. In this QM, we love and respect doors. Um, wait. Uh, where's scroll. No, that was wrong. I can put this on screen. This was wrong. In which case, false should actually be dark. Essa. So El Huam. Elessa Yate? I can't express respect. Showroom. Let's definitely take a silver spoon. At the moment, I am looking for a workshop so that if I need a fire source, I can try to assemble the components of a fire source from the trading post. That might be completely unnecessary. But the fact that the water is not dripping in the still makes me want to have that option. I'm sorry, Veranda. I'm so sorry, Veranda. This feels like a betrayal. This feels like a betrayal. Yeah, green is bannered. Drafting along the wings is somewhat limited at the moment. I am gonna... Dude. And let's pick up the lever. Okay. I have a lot of junk. And some things that aren't junk. Let's head back to 32 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 steps to get back. Yeah, I can just go. More junk. I forgot the microchip. I suspect I have enough stuff that I don't need that other microchip. Okay, first question. Okay, I guess I don't need to do anything. I would like to point out this is in no way, shape, or form a faucet with running water. It's true, if it was running water, then it wouldn't be still water. The text of how do you refill the watering can is did you know that the watering can can be refilled if you find a faucet with running water? It's true. A book that says money can buy bananas doesn't have to mention all the other things money can buy. It's true. Okay. Oh, whatever. Okay. That looked like a spiral. A hidden hue. From prism pristine, three paths convene, three lines of light, three shades foreseen, three colors to count, a sum of 18. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. Okay, that is the 45-room estate. I've got thoughts on the rest of this. Prism pristine and the lines of light. It feels like we're talking about the prism key. We have a lot of dual colored rooms. Well, not a lot, but we have some dual colored rooms. We have the fully chromatic aquarium. I don't think we have a tricolor room for three shades. But three colors to count. Of 18. Okay, let's look at the other book so that we're puzzling through everything. Tended Rose Vine. Oh no. Oh no. My dearest darling son, I am quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Yet, if these words have reached your eyes, rest assured, the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rose wary, for the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. One final counsel I leave you. The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. Your mother, Orve. She wrote that for my grandfather. He never found this. His brother never found this. Okay. So the waters of the West Spring is just trading post water. The end of the spiral is near. There's an end to the spiral of stars. If these words have reached your eyes, the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rose wary. A tended rose vine. Tended rose vine is also written in all caps, not her handwriting. Her normal handwriting is pseudo-cursive flourishy. Red, sieve, redden. I'm not sure if anagram. I have very few books that are old enough if it's a book anagram. Like, I think only Realm and Rune is an old enough book. Actually, even Realm and Rune... No, Realm and Rune did exist at the time. Because the mining foreman had a copy. This text is printed. Three colors to count, a sum of 18. possibly irrelevant, but I'm just now remembering something I realized while I was preparing thumbnails and descriptions for the YouTube VODs. The Vault Blue memo was something along the lines of the family core is opened by the sum of its digits, and in my head I was just looking for the numeric core of the coat of arms. And so at the time, it just didn't even occur to me that 53, 5 plus 3 is 8. In the moment, I was just excited to be finding things that worked. Um, Prism Pristine, 3 paths confused. Because the aquarium is 7 colored. Two color, 2 color, 2 color. Yeah, no tricolors. And Prism Key is bedroom, hallway, green room, shop, red room. Those are 5 colors. 3 shades foreseen. 3 colors to count. A sum of 18. Speaking of, Standard Error says, speaking of anagrams, have you noticed the blue prince is an anagram for rice plubbin? What does it mean? No idea. Also, we've got the house grid again. So there's something else we can do with the structure of the house. After the passing of the Baroness Orve, her private study was claimed by her eldest son. For years, he immersed himself in the countless notebooks she left behind, drawing inspiration from her discarded ideas. From mechanical puzzles to architectural blueprints, each endeavor he pursued in this room was realized in the shade of her creative legacy. Blue, the shade of blue. The crest of her ladyship, the grand architect Baroness Orve. I have 21 steps. I have 21 steps. I have not yet been in the kitchen, and I have money. Money, salt, and the silver spoon. If I need to make 2 trips, I need to make 2 trips. I do wish this showed the current capacity, because I've spent 2 water. Like, it feels likely that that's supposed to be showing the current water amount. Eight steps. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have enough steps. So I'm thinking the study used to be Orive's. And I think Natana says, honestly, the relationship between Herbert and his mother is kind of sad. Herbert clearly admired Orve immensely and shared in many of her tendencies, but Simon was her favored child, a fact which clearly hurt Herbert quite badly. This is not what I'm here for. I am here for the West Spring. The study was hers. Also, there's the Morajai instruction page in the Throne of the Blueprints. Nothing that I want to buy there. Those are closed books. I don't expect the letter. The red letters are too recent. Empty photo frames? I was really hoping that these empty photo frames might be it. Although the glass probably prevents tinting them with spring water. Koala's nemesis noticing bold text is back. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. West Spring is the most strongly tinted letter there. Is the trading post still not the West Spring? It seems... You know, I never noticed the bolding here. Shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. That feels like we are specifically talking about the water I'm already using. What? Mere passages. Feel more secret than these passages. It looks like passages is also bold. The thought of bold text in something handwritten does not make sense to my mind. Is this is this written with a classic ink? I guess you can write thicker lines. Don't think too hard about that. Passages. There's the passageway. What? West of the rotating gear room, the twisty tunnel with the secret door in it has another suspicious patch of wall. Okay. I kind of want to see the passageway. Unfinished passages used primarily by the servant staff to traverse the estate quickly. The underground passages also seem potentially interesting. There's the portrait of the old king in the castle chamber, the court of Ares, which I feel should be a secret passage of its own. I don't think there's anything else in the study. The blank photo frames, I was so sure. Firex has to hold back so much right now. Can I take the quill? I cannot take the quill. Can I have Tormented Trobio's Erasion quill, please? Sorry, says that I really just need to look at the bold text. Oh no. Yeah, where is Alcidine? I need her eyes.
Dear darling son, I'm quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Yet if these words have reached your eyes, end of the spirals, stay vigilant and rose wary.
I also really like the compound word rosewary.
The thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys.
Oh. Oh. Secret passage. The terminal S's are not bolded. West Spring Secret Passage. Well, the good news is the secret passage is common. Because I've made too many things commonplace. Okay. Okay. Well, we have somewhere to go. Yeah, food now. Club sandwich for 32 steps. Yeah, I was keeping track of making sure I had enough steps to always get back to the kitchen. And yeah, let's take bacon and eggs. I have everything that can buff bananas. The only thing I'm missing is a coupon book or the sale. And I have money. And at this point, I don't think I'm worrying about trying to get under 40 steps for the spiral. We're just gonna never have to come back here again. Wait, what was the dish of the day? Quail. Danger. That's okay. Good. Compass. I've got green banner already. Redraw. Can't rotate the hallway because the compass only works on the first draft. Cloister is fine. This is the one orientation the boiler cannot do. Wait. I did not actually want to use water there. Oops. I should be saving the dig spots. Just kind of drafting horizontally for now. There we go. There we go. The waters of the West Spring will yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. Hello? Graphical error? My first guess was that I would somehow use the West Spring waters to change something, and only after that would I open the door, and then it would lead somewhere new. So I'm trying not... I don't want to pull a book if I don't have to. But that's way too high up. We've got binders down here. Because it's just prompting me with the usual books. On the row below, there is a rather distinctly black covered book that is rather tempting to me, but I can't, it doesn't trigger.
The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages.
It could also be monking the secret passage to the outer room so that it's sitting atop the West Spring. Although, if it was just that, I feel like it would be too, from a meta perspective, doing that would be, I think, far too easy to accidentally do without this clue. Mm. I need my other pair of eyes. I'm gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we can see how much further I get with this. And I'm back. Okay, so Waters of the West Spring. West Spring Secret Passage. Hello, Heck. We are being very nerdy. I am being very lost. Um, am I winning? I have accomplished it a lot. The puzzle is not at 0 hit points, however. The puzzle definitely has more hit points. Yeah, the puzzle in fact has me cornered. I am. I have my back against the dead end. And the puzzle has cornered me in here. And I don't know. The electric light is new. The art is new. If the objective involved monk, I cannot do it right now. Planetary bookend. That's the only bookend here. Black pawn. I'm lost. I'm lost and confused. I feel like I am out of things that I can try in here. One option is to do the thing that I never actually ended up doing, drafting around to the back of the secret passage. If the objective was to make the secret passage go somewhere new, then that ruins it, but I'm just not finding anything I can do in here. Uh, I guess one yes-no question that's more for saving time, I think, than anything else. If I were to draft around to the back and come at the secret passage from the back, would that prevent me from doing something that I am otherwise capable of doing today? Um, okay. Yeah, I'm asking if it would be bad to enter from the back today, and Firex doesn't think so. Okay. Yeah, the obvious opportunity cost of I don't get to use the secret passage for any of its normal benefit. But given that I have yet to do that so far, and I am currently trying to do new things to the secret passage, I'm gonna try for that, I think. Okay. Observatory. This is rank 6. I still don't have the dining room. 6 is 18 times 2. I'm honestly not sure if I should be. Um, if I should be playing with the thorns. 36 is actually unknown. 34 is slice D minor apple florealis. Yeah, steps to spare. Okay, so 36 is twins, slice, apple, no, Southern Cross, apple, key, D major. And comparing against 34 is slice D minor apple florealis. I've already got florealis today, so I just want to do this again. Welcome back, Rishidan. So I have used the still waters in the library. I don't remember if you were present for that. And so I have been puzzling over the pages I've got. I have been to the secret passage with waters from the West Spring and haven't yet found yeah, no, probably unimportant messages, says Rishidan. Yeah, I've been to the secret passage. Waters from the West Spring, I haven't found any way to use them there. I'm wondering about monking the secret passage, although there would have to be a non-obvious step beyond that, because otherwise I feel like the secret passage would be a perfectly reasonable room for somebody to monk without this clue. I searched around the study because that used to be Oribe's before Herbert inherited it, and didn't find anything else that the water could reveal. Standard Error says, tomorrow we get a note from Anne about ruining perfectly fine old books. No more allowed. If you have less than 20... Uh-oh. Oh, I was very close to getting a showroom item, whatever. Yeah, it's less than 20 steps. Oh boy. Secret Garden would be very nice, actually. Would have been a shame if somebody misunderstood the hint and soaked the books in incorrect water. Oh, that's a redraw. Can't rotate. Redraw. Hallway. Koala's just going to carefully search every room whose name contains either secret or passage. You're not wrong, Natano. I am definitely in that space of mind at the moment. You remember Smudge Pot Madness? Hey, we still haven't used Mantis either. Do I care about getting into those other 3 rooms? I probably just take the patio. Because I've already done the T-shaped green rooms. Yeah. And I've got a green banner, so trying to go for dining room there, I don't... It would be difficult. Ooh. I've got 3 apple. Ooh. 30. 14. Oh, did I get full apple on all 4? All 4 of my sightings today? I guess so. There's a cinder block. There is a door. Let's take a screenshot of that for no reason, because I don't need that anymore. There certainly does not seem to be anything else I can do in here. Okay. There's definitely... Oh, I apparently missed a Florealis flower. I do not have any sort of key card. Is this rotate the break room or... I'll rotate the break room. Oh, time for some cursed math. 10 minus 6 is 4. Times and divide by 2 is 4. Seven thirds is approximately 6. 6 squared is 36. Wait, 7 thirds is not approximately 6. 7 thirds is approximately 6 over 3, which is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus approximately 2 is 6. Now 6 squared is 36. Ignore minus 8. 36 times 1/2 is 18. Hey, keycard. That's helpful. I needed that. Master bedroom is a lot of steps. With the key card, I can now get into the foundation. I can get north of the workshop. Yeah, let's take master bedroom. Frankly, a tad excessive. Oh, funny. Okay, and head reverse. Gem. Boiler. Firex asks, what's with the cannons? What kind of person has life-size cannons in their bedroom? Ah! Alcidine, you made it! Alcidine, please help. Please help. This should help force passageway. Okay. So... Tchaikovsky has cannons in their bedroom. Standard Air says, some of us need a little more than a phone alarm to wake us up, okay? So, Alcidine, I have tinted the blank books with water from the still. And so I have a 45 grid. Well, it actually worked. It, in this case, involved using water from the moonshine still, and not just the watering can. But watering can was required. A hidden hue. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene. 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen. 3 colors to count, a sum of 18. But the one left hidden remains to be seen. If I try to water a green room, I just get a gem normally, it seems. It's also, the water in the still is not moonshine right now. The still is apparently being filled from the West Spring. And so I have another spiral. Tended Rose Vine. Feels anagram-ish, but I haven't sat down and really messed with the anagram yet. I have spotted Steve, but not managed to put a coherent word next to Steve yet. So this is a letter from Orve to Simon, I guess. My dearest darling son, I am quite impressed. I didn't expect you to make it this far, yet if these words have reached your eyes... Rest assured, the end of the spiral is near. Stay vigilant and rose-wary, for the thorns we discover are twice as sharp at the conclusion of each of our journeys. One final counsel I leave you. The waters of the West Spring shall yet reveal more secrets than these mere passages. I had so many plans, but not enough dreams. Your mother, Orve. And so, West Spring is bold, and secret and passage are bold. So I've looked around the secret passage holding a watering can of West Spring water and didn't find anything. So I'm next wondering if I need to monk the secret passage so that it's on top of the West Spring. And presumably some additional step is required on top of that, because otherwise monking the secret passage sounds like something that could easily be done by accident without access to this clue. I think secret passage is actually a plausible monk target in the same way that I tried the garage to see what would happen. I'll use the silver key. I shouldn't need to, but I'll use the silver key. Standard Air says, to be fair, getting still water in the water can also happen very early in the game without clues, but Natana says, actually it can't. The still water is not interactable until you open locker 53. Okay. The electrical boxes were added more recently. And there's really nothing else of note in the passageway. Keep that open. Yeah, Natana doesn't love it, but it makes sense. Yeah. Not the archives. Yeah, it's too major a sequence break to permit by accident. Mm-hmm. We can put the hallway like that. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Locker 53 is the one with the Orave puzzle. Or yeah, Vault Locker. Let's get that door just in case. Maybe it was worth re-rolling a couple times, though. Can I fix any of my mistakes? I'll leave greenhouse at commonplace because its restrictions are fairly high. Let's start demoting some of the common 3-door rooms back to standard, down to standard. Break room gets me some special keys, but I think bumping up music room will help. Oh, you think music to rare? Yeah, because prism key is a rare item. I think I am looking for the prism key for one of those book hints. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen, 3 colors to count, a sum of 18, but the one left hidden remains to be seen. Oh, redraw. You're facing the wrong way. Music room. Okay. Well. We did say Natano did correctly surmise that I am checking every room with secret and or passage in its name. Oh yeah, music memo does still have a question open. Yes, I am getting predictable. Yeah, there's the swirly treble clef and the blue memo claiming the safe room wall has a major key. Okay, I think viewing the cutscene triggered re-enter the room. Because normally the watering can only shows up when I first enter the room. I was initially wondering if the watering can was giving me a new prompt. It now seems to be stuck on there. Well, I was trying not to use the West Spring water on things that are not the West Spring. Though this is a room that I should maybe use it. That's true, and I somehow have steps. Yeah, that's just watering the gem count. I don't know what I'm saving it in hope of either. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the West Spring is the source of water in the still. Wow, I don't have a computer yet. I should maybe do that. I don't actually want the crown of the blueprints. Oh yes, also you missed Simon's birthday. So yesterday in game was Simon's birthday. There was a cupcake. And put a cupcake in the kitchen for us. I found the kitchen before I found a computer. We did not previously have any idea about this. Yeah, I was mostly thinking about conference as a straightaway. But maybe I just do mailroom and draft from the music room. That's true. I do have redraws aplenty and the chronograph. It's not the corridor. Let's take another look in the vault. I don't expect I don't expect the water to do anything in here, but it would be remiss not to try. Yep, okay. Yes, the earlier screenshots were from the 2 blank books. Oh. I think Throne of the Blueprints is another thing that I want to look at. It does end drafting for the day, and I think that's fine. It's even on rank 8. Where's the medal? Family core is kept in the family vault. My friend. Okay. Ah, it's even in the perfect room. Crown and Crow. A regal pairing. Don't be silly. Crows aren't blue. Don't touch the crown. Of the stuff I'm carrying, I'm missing a battery pack, although I possibly haven't walked into every workshop. Oh, there's only one workshop. Yeah, we could check if I can get another upgrade disc. Missing marigold. Um, the original deed. Okay, nothing. 80 odd acres of land. Hollyleaf Mountain. Not gonna be in here. Okay. Um, I would happily reroll Indoor Nursery and Boudoir. Yeah. Knowing what I know now. And yeah, Cloister reroll could always be fun. Why am I picking these up? But yeah, so books. And book. No idea. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, Alcidine. Another cool thing. I've got the steps for it. Can I not? Will it not let me? Oh, okay. The planetarium, you can use the telescope. I was hoping it would let me look at it again, just like you can look at the constellations again. You can't stargaze, you can planet gaze. And so yesterday I looked at Daoja. And now every planetarium contains a trunk. Today I looked at Fenmora. And starting tomorrow, every planetarium will contain an apple. Stars, stars. And yes, I am going to try and trade away all my stuff. I have not checked the can yet. I was going to refill the can first. I honestly do not know if that works, because the text on the coat check tag is that the coat check is not responsible for the contents of things left in the coat check. And so it is entirely plausible that it will not remain filled with still water. Hey, look, a prism key. Okay, allowance. Prism key. Wait, you can't use the same map twice even across multiple days? Oh, that's rude. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I was probably supposed to keep that. Whatever. Victory! Assuming none of those change when I do this. How did I break the loop? I am not entirely sure. Don't ask. I have found that having the items still in my inventory drives things out of loops that would have that item. And so I'm holding items at the point of it's ready to turn into a resource. Okay, we did not get an upgrade disc. But yes, apparently... Wait. Did I already fill the water? I may have already filled the water when I came in here. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had other options. Let's go with impressive. Okay, and if I have guaranteed moon pendant, I check the telescope because I want the watering can immediately. Yesterday I checked the watering can because I did not have guaranteed moon pendant. And I do have a planetarium. In theory, I haven't yet figured out if the coat check actually cares if you check a different item. My coat check is common, so it kind of shows up. Um... Oh. Okay, there is... I was gonna run around trying the watering can in various underground locations. Well, the memo is true, but I'm not clear on the wording of the memo. I believe it said new items. Or when you check a new item. Code check is drawn slightly more often the day after checking a new item. And what qualifies as a new item is a little fuzzy, I think. No need, I feel. And earlier today, I did trade a microchip, so I cannot take the water into the final room. All the junk down here. No, I cannot go to the safe house. I do not have a pump room. And haven't in a while. Hello. Pages 36 and 37. Rocks. Rocks. Standard error suggests empty the reservoir and slowly fill it up with still water, one watering can at a time. I can also try to fill this chamber. Does this chamber never end? I've been suspicious of this nook. And I will continue to be suspicious of that nook. Like, no other part of the wall has a notch cut into it. Suspicious. Rishan says, You're going to say, I'm on the right track. This green memo is true, when it is in a white box. Here, let me consult my table. Green memos in white boxes are false. I finally cleaned up the listings of green memos and blue boxes are true. All boxes marked by sun contain memos that are true, etc., etc. So now I just have a pair of 2x2 grids. Columns are the box color, rows are the markings, and one table is, if I find a green memo in here, do I know what the green memo's veracity is? And the other one is, do I know something specifically about the contents of the box before I open it? If I am down here at all, it's because I want to look at the first era, or not first era stuff, but like the excavation stuff. I may as well. I can't imagine there's anything I care about in the inner sanctum, but let's walk through it. Suspicious. Rendaries. Da, da, da. You know, it'd be funny if there was some way to interact with the tchotchkes from each of the realms. That would be cruel and unusual. It would be awesome, but also cruel and unusual. If you could interact with the tchotchkes, the little souvenirs collected from each realm. Also, I messed up the order. I was trying to go in Herbert's order, but I seem to have swapped Araja and Archeries. I guess there's this part down here which has previously been irrelevant, could be relevant now? It seems incredibly unlikely. Hat of a poet or something. I don't know why I'm still doing this. After the first 3 didn't work, surely the 7th will work. Or maybe the 8th. Wait. Is that little step in the others?
Turtle. Turtle riding.
I feel like there is a modeling error resulting in the light here. Yeah, something didn't properly unload. Yeah. Oh, these rooms are bigger than they should be. Yeah. I can believe that.
Very good.
Spoiler. Bonsai. Hmm. Yeah, so that's this platform over there in the next room. This is these steps in the next room. Mm-hmm. Airship. Also tower. Royal cannons. The funniest glitch Standard Error saw in the game was going down the cliffside elevator. A little bit down the path, there was the bottom of a door hanging down from the ceiling. So, one time, I had very precisely calculated the steps I needed so that I could, take my sanctum keys to the inner sanctum and use them. Go to the precipice and update my chess piece. And finally, go in and right off of the entrance hall was security to use an upgrade disc I'd found. However, while I was in the precipice, while I was picking the new chess piece, I apparently stepped my toe just barely into the Ares Court Unknown, which wasn't unlocked at the time, costing me a step. And so I got into security and was shocked to see I had 0 steps left. And so the upgrade just got unused. Oops. Yeah. It is a little unfortunate that the game seems to have so many subtle bugs. Especially in things like the Throne of the Blueprints not counting as blue and the Foundation not being able to be unlocked by the kennel, because those are times when you are probably initially experimenting to try and learn a mechanic, and when the mechanic doesn't do what you expect, you might learn the wrong thing. Ooh, Rishadan says, cracking the cryptic finished their stream like 1 hour ago. They finally got through all the crates, and now are stuck at the basement key door. Oh no. Wait, the basement key door? Because that key always exists. Oh no. Rip Simon and Mark. Just kind of wandering around places that have existed for a very long time. Yeah, always exists, not always in reach. Oh, I do have king and queen today. Probably missing bishop. No attic, no rumpus, no bookshop, no chapel. Yeah, missing bishop. Yeah, it's always bishop in the late game. Yeah, the king and queen are useful rooms that I actually want to draft. Yeah, attic helps some, but it's a dead end. And depending on the order you find things in the conservatory versus using the axe, you might, like, making the attic common or standard feels good if it is free. But I have not seen it in the conservatory since finally using the axe on it. I guess up the East Drive is somewhere to wander. You liked even attic, even unaxed? Yeah, decent odds of its practical cost only being 1 gem. That's fair. Yeah, I probably undervalued it a bit. Maybe more than a bit. Okay. Just... I feel like I'm shotgunning a little, so... Not that clear that I should be investing this much time on this. Am I actually going to do Wander Blackbridge Grotto? Like this... Oh, and I can't go up. Going up is the only part that feels like it might have existed. Yeah, walk-in closet is fantastic. Yeah. Somebody traded away a microchip for a salt shaker or something. Not gonna name any names. Somebody. Not gonna name any names, but it starts with S or maybe Q, depending on your perspective. don't think I've seen any roses at any point. Successfully being rose-wary. Oh yeah, and one more note on the discussion we were having earlier about um, the file cabinet key in the access tunnel was made to look like the access tunnel had never been cleared since 1918, even though it is there's a lot of other evidence since that makes it seem a lot more like Herbert had been through that tunnel and then refilled it. I am still missing a red letter. In the letter Herbert hid in the freezer, he said he hid 8 letters. And so unless one of the house staff took the letter, the 8th letter should still be hidden somewhere. Maybe the Great Alzara is the house staff who took the 8th letter. But since I am currently following threads that were left not by Herbert, but by Baroness Orve, it feels like none of these threads should lead me to a place that could contain... Ooh, there are little colored flowers out here. Have I ever noticed those? These threads should not be able to contain, be hiding the last red letter. Yeah, Orvea's great-grandmother, Herbert's mother. Oh, there's a little flower. The letter in the freezer also said that none of the letters are behind a date that you can find printed anywhere on the house, inside the house. And so based on that, the small gate into the apple orchard, which I'd been wondering if it was one of the small gates, because of the presence of the gem stand in the shed, that does not count because the combination to that was found in a photo in the dark room. We did find a blue note in the rumpus room. I actually got all of the blue memos. The real Alzara was an Arajan soothsayer who belonged to the royal court of Ares. He was banished from the realm in the 15th year of Egira for a prophecy that did not come to pass. And so yes, he could be fallible. Oh. But yeah. Okay, we are waiting. We are following the threads from my great-grandmother. Yes, the note did say the 15th year of Egira. I can check the footage, but I'm pretty sure it was EJ. My notes say that was day 54. Day 54 was video 20. Natano says, no, no, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I feel like edge sounds like a different prefix that I just haven't learned the meaning of yet, that I haven't been able to put together. Okay, Natano is familiar with what edge stands for. And it was after I did all of this, then we remembered that somebody, well, more accurately, somebody probably Natana reminded me that I forgot to read the blue memo. Yes, EJ. I could put a seek there, but oh, my Araja notes apparently I haven't put down. Uh, oh, we have edge say between Arindia and Nuance. According to my notes, that's the edge say. East is Et sphere and Or sphere. Yeah, let's take a look at that on the map. And so we have West Sea over here. That's relative to Moraven. They got to name everything. Or say is the sea to their west. Aj say is the first sea. Seja is the last sea. Miles of Orsay, the Three of Tides. Eshse could be like an inner sea? Inside outside? I feel like that's a little weak without more. And that doesn't. Inside outside doesn't feel like something for an era. You know, Esh. See? And do we have any... That's true, we don't have any words for numbers. We have... Flipping it, we have Jari. A lot of Jari. We have somebody named RJ in grade 1. And yeah. So that's the hits we've got for Edge J. Unclear. I think we are done with things to look up in here. I'm still rather unclear what the three-hued prism is. Because the aquarium is 7 colors of room. And other than that, I have the bicolor courtyard, the bicolor armory, bicolor maid's chamber. Nothing is 3 colors. Could be a room approached from 3 different colors. But the prism key isn't going to reflect the other approaches. Unless something really weird happens. I don't know. Things to puzzle over. Have exactly 2 items for the moon pendant in my inventory. Clearly I had to pick the secret cloister upgrade that has 3 colors, and having not picked it, I have to reroll upgrades extensively. Clearly, Natano, clearly. Or secretly, the goldfish aquarium did away with 4 colors of the room. Or some nonsense like that. Ah, an unreasonable game effect that I am sure does not exist because it would play merry hell with the blue memos. Some mechanic by which you change a room to also be blue. And then you can take a bicolor room and make it tricolor by also including blue in it. Yeah, no, I don't think that's happening. I really don't think that's happening. Because if all of the other rooms have blue memos, scary stuff. Okay. I've got some time. I'll take a break and then we can do a little more curse mode. Garden Castle of Tomorrow. Matana suggests the Goldfish Aquarium is actually purely a shop, and when you go there, you buy extra colors for the room. The colors aren't limited to the boring 7 colors and include white and pink for representation, and ultraviolet. Be right back. And I'm back. Okay. Yeah, let's do a couple days of curse mode, see if we get any further. Day 9. Okay, and we had just done Farmer's Apple Schoolhouse. Okay, well, we can get the hallway out of the way early. I... Is it even worth getting the commissary? Might just be a waste of a gem. Corridor. Get the hallways out. So this is curse mode. And my main save does not have monk right now. In the main save, the first day of the stream, I tried to monk. I think I tried to get Tinkerer and messed up the math and gave myself general. Whoops. Again. I just had Farmer's Apple, so I'm not going to find it again. Let's just eat the apple. The die and I think a key. Oh, kitchen. Yeah, I should not have passed on kitchen. Laboratory could be nice. And I will have a die and a key here with which to try and push for the boiler room. Not high odds, but yeah, set steps to 40 is of course huge. Agreed. Nope. Yeah, dice to 2 is good. For the trigger... Yeah, I'm leaning drawing room. It's okay. Yeah. If you have lots of rerolls, draft drawing room, you can trigger a bunch. Or it's drawing room, not draft. But without a lot of rerolls, do I? It burns a key in my gems. But yeah, the passageway gives me 2 doors to work from. And I probably go to the hallway to try and find gems first. Yeah. Take passageway, but don't draft out of it. Yes, steps are a concern. Agreed. Steps are always a concern. Standard Error is going to call it a day. Yeah. It's been good having you in chat. I stream Monday through Thursday pretty consistently now, so I'll be happy to see you back. Take care of yourself. What can library get me? I don't think library can really get me anything food related. But neither can the Nook. Yeah, Nook isn't bad. I'm definitely running out of options that I can take before I need to find steps. The box next to this box is false. A box next to this box is true. The box next to this box contains gems. Okay, so if blue were true, white would be in contradiction. Blue is a knave. If white were true, both white and black are knights. If white were false, there are no knights, and that's a failure mode. So they are both knights. White contains the gems. And I should take at least 1 gem in case of kitchen. 8 is clavis the key. That's useless to me. Ticking the stars up would be a potential consolation prize for the day. I am not allowed to go into... The terrace can contain fruit. Yeah. There is not fruit on the table. And so it is now... I must draft nursery or bedroom. Nursery... It might need to specifically be nursery. I think guest bedroom might actually... Because it'll take a step first. I will probably be capable of walking in, but I don't know if it'll be too late by that point. Not the bedroom. Well, day is looking pretty dead. I probably shouldn't have picked that, but... What does the rounding look like in this game? Oh wait, never mind, it's a red room, so it deducts a step anyways. But whatever. Day was done. Yeah, white room at 0 steps. Legendary. No penalty. Oh. Try again. I guess by drafting new rooms, I can get them into this saves directory, which makes things easier for me. Quest bedroom right away. Yes. I do need to walk in there. I don't need to do it yet. Hallway while I still have no key. Could be kitchen, although I won't really have the money for it until I find pantry. It definitely keeps options open. Restock gem. I think at this point, pick up allowance. It really doesn't matter, but the dish of the day is wood-fired pizza. The kitchen special today is tomato soup. Synergy with crying in curse mode. This soup is filled with tears. Oh, hey, pantry. Connections are a little wonky. Drawing room is great. Saving the apple in the pantry. I will forget there's an apple in the pantry. I shouldn't have picked that up yet. Not punished. I think I take one of these rather than re-rolling for conservatory. This should be Clavis the key. Give me a corridor. It's not the corridor, but it's pretty good actually. Now I need gems. I think I take the key now. Before I get further from here. Nothing. Inventory check. 1 fruit, 2 microchips. Shoot. Yeah, it is commonplace. Book. I think this is doors, not the greenhouse. Ugh. Commissary then. No. No. I don't step into there. Unless I'm... No, I'm not drafting off of it because I don't have a gem. If I buy the salt shaker, I can't actually buy any fruit. There was salt shaker, shovel. Oh, sleep mask would have been good. Oh, I didn't have enough for it. You're right. Okay, cool. My solution for science is I don't need to walk into the laboratory since I'm walking back through a computer. Yeah, mask is 8. I have enough to buy a few bananas. Oh, hey, set your steps to 40. I've already drafted the 2 commonplace shops though. So I'm looking for locksmith is unusual. Yeah, it could be archived floor plan. I'm heavily relying on I need to find the archives for it to do anything. Yeah, because Mount Holly gift shop is not available. Armory is not available. And bookshop is not available. Yeah. I mean, most of the problems with archived floor... Well, not... Many of the problems with archived floor plans stem from the existence of the weight room. Of course, I'm not going to find the archives at this rate. Yeah, bookshop is available from library if I'm drafting from the library, which is itself a fairly large if. I just buy out the bananas. I've already seen pantry, storeroom, and my allowance. And so I don't think I'm getting club sandwich. I think I just take 9 steps. Trunks was probably the safe play. Yeah. Somewhat dependent on finding Trunks and maybe that was supposed to be boudoir. Nope. Oh, with archived, yeah. I left a key in the nook. Oh yeah, I don't have a gem. Boudoir it is. Bleeding steps. Courtyard. Shovel. Turnip. That's a key. Turnip. Those are coins. Well, you drive a hard bargain, Terrace. Once again, no fruit on the table. If I take the closet, I cannot get back, so this is the corridor. Goodbye key. Okay, there was a gem up here. Maybe I should have done that earlier. Whelp, whelp, whelp. Does this lose me 2 steps? Yes. Yes, it does. Today is a good day. Today is not a good day. Today is absolutely not a good day. Wait. I haven't actually done the bunk room call it a day effect yet. A rustic inn. 5 bedrooms, none of them the nursery. Yeah, it's not terribly useful. But I want to see a day start with 3 steps. Actually, I don't know if it decreases steps. Most of those decrease steps. Nope, I have 13 steps. The bunk room's effect is the next day visiting the tomb. There was a flower on my grandfather's grave. And so for science, let's head out. Actually, I should be picking up the microchips in case it's trading post. Okay, it does not force the tomb. Do I go in with 1 microchip? I'm assuming it's 1 gem flower in the tomb the next time you draw the tomb then. Yeah, I think if it's yeah. Coin purse can definitely do things. Car keys could too. True. Draft. Okay, that's already 1 coin of interest. Ooh, shuffle. Drawing room. Bedroom or done? Done. Okay. Kitchen. Yeah, the storeroom I've occasionally seen a bonus item in. Oh. I want to take the conservatory. I'm going to take the conservatory. Okay. Banish the lavatory. Great. Today is a good day because I've banished the lavatory. Standard foyer? Keys are so tight. But maybe this works? Oh, it could be common. You think foyer effect is non-functional? Because drafting a hallway consumes a key. And you need to draft non-hallways as well to do anything reasonable in the house. Yeah. Foyer does make the Great Hall a much more viable access lever. Yeah, you draft a hallway to guarantee not needing keys off them, but you need to draft rooms that aren't hall. You're not only going to draft hallways. You're going to need to draft rooms that aren't hallways, and if you're losing your keys before you get to them. I'll try standard and see if it ever works out. We'll see. And Natana thinks that in curse mode, broadly, the way to handle hallways is get the common ones out of the pool fast and then avoid them. Chamber of Mirrors is permanent upgrades, though. If you can add duplicate things like the den, rooms like the den are so much better than they normally are because they're connectivity without costing any curse resources. And so it feels like Chamber of Mirrors, yeah, and the Chamber of Mirrors can also have 4 oranges. It takes a lot of steps to get any of the resources out of the Chamber of Mirrors, so I'm not sure counting on it occasionally having 4 oranges is correct, but yeah, okay, let's just banish hallways. But yeah, I think I'm gonna see what Chamber of Mirrors, if Chamber of Mirrors possibly works out. Uh, Bedroom partially pays for the trip back into the kitchen. Not well, but Yeah, kitchen doesn't connect to the den. Yeah, I don't like this play, but okay. Those coins are very significant. Hmm. Buy it out? Buy it out. Or rather, all of my money, I mean. Well, hallway. Goodbye, key. Corner. Okay, those are the common hallways. Quest or veranda? Yeah, it's probably quest. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to afford any of the other green rooms. Well, I need to go in. Do I want the compass? It's something to trade. It is 10 steps. It is 10 steps to trade. It is not worth trading. Okay. I will be relatively flush with gems. This box contains the gems. This box does not contain the gems. The other two boxes are true. Black is a knave. Otherwise, we would have all knights. One of the other boxes must also be a knave. If the blue box had the gems, both of these would be knights. If the white box had the gems, both of them would be knaves. So it has to be black box. If white is a knight, blue is a knave. Maybe I should have held the gems before drafting. But if I saw the cloister, I would take the cloister. So maybe I was supposed to pick up to 3. Because the cloister is another allowance token. And I think the drafting studio is more benefit than the lab going for a chance at boiler. Especially with no keys. I can get something right now. Actually, do I want any of those right now? I might not be able to back out now. Bedrooms. Yeah. Oh, I can back out. Cool. In the extremely unlikely event that I take the Great Hall. One, 4, 2, 6. Yeah, I think dorm room, because bedrooms are good. Okay, I said I would take a cloister. It's a cloister. Ooh, not dead yet. While Sedina's praying to Rinna, but this cloister is watched over by a Rinda. For now, at least. Well, I guess... Yeah, pantry is reasonable. It was a banana. Okay. Dining room can have free stuff, but I didn't see any. Eating in the dining room may not be in the cards. I cannot go trading and get back. So we press onwards. We don't press onwards. Well, we got the cloister allowance token. That's progress. And dormitory in the pool. Yeah, classroom and dormitory. Good studio additions. What could I get from the trading post at all? Nothing. If I had a lot more steps, a key card would let me draft north of the cloister. I don't have those steps. I have those steps. Ten steps. Yes, I have smashed the vase and dug up the buried microchip. So I have a few items that can try and make a key card. I don't actually have the steps, do I? I don't have the steps. Well, whatever. Yes, I did forget to grab the entryway key. microchip on the way to Trading Post the first time. Oh, sleep mask, yeah. Okay. Let's trade the coin purse. Oh, coupon book. Microchip. Nope. Nope. That's insult to injury, isn't it? Oh. And I think both of these become dice. No, none of the bedrooms are close enough to the main line. This is not a day in which I put the guest bedroom right off the entry hall. Okay, okay. Stopping by the guest bedroom is +1. And I will hit 0 before entering the boudoir, so we can science now. I know I'm capable of getting into the boudoir. It does. Yeah, I know I'm capable of going exactly 1 room past 0. I am shocked. I am shocked. I think I was sprinting. I've already done bedroom and boudoir, so I don't have any bedrooms. What's 9? I ate the banana. 9 is D minor. Oh, I don't have a gem. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Great. That simplifies things. Okay, without a gem, what am I rolling for? Spare room should not have any fruit ever. A tomorrow room like the mail room? Yeah. No. Yeah, checking sleep mask is pretty good. It means it can't naturally spawn if I understand correctly. But the chance of finding the sleep mask under current restrictions is, yeah, is not high to begin with. And this will boost the chance of finding the code check again. Okay. Let me eat. Okay. Well, we got one more allowance token in curse mode, which doubling our starting money is nothing to sneeze at. And in the main save, we continue to spin the spiral of stars, and we tinted some blank books. So, progress. Progress has been made. Also, it says, Rip Simon P. Jones, November 17th? Yeah, that sounds right. 1993, starved to death. Yes, that was the 17th. Yeah. Well, we made some progress. I had fun. I hope you all did too. And I will see you all tomorrow for more blueprints.